Hey everyone, my name is Jack Riom, and this is my final reflection for the Global Learning Project. So to start off with my culture, I am from Beverly Hills, Michigan. I'm Catholic. I've gone to Catholic school my entire life, all the way up to college. So my parents always kind of stressed that religion was something of importance to them, and it should be of importance to me, as well as family, which kind of just goes back to things like eating dinner, sitting down and eating dinner with everyone every night, and then just kind of spending quality time with your siblings when you're around the house, whatnot, stuff like that. So I'd say faith and family are definitely two of the biggest parts of my culture, and I definitely realized that through this project, I think. My partner was Mateus Kaita. He is my friend in my fraternity. We just met 2 years ago when we both rushed. He is from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And his culture, although we are from different countries, obviously, it is somewhat similar. He played sports like I did. He was in chess club, which I was when I was younger as well. But one of the main differences I saw was that kind of the safety that was in his life as far as kind of his culture and his education go. So his school was actually located right in the middle of Rio de Janeiro, which is like the largest city in Brazil. So one thing that really stuck out to me, he said he couldn't leave his high school for lunch, which I couldn't either. But on top of that, on top of not being able to leave for lunch, they actually, once classes were dismissed for the day, they couldn't leave unless they had written authorization from their parents. They couldn't leave the school grounds, and if they didn't have that, they had to wait for a parent or relative to come pick them up. So I don't know. I think just kind of going to school in a city and stuff like that with safety precautions like that, that could just go to show that perhaps Mateus was exposed to some things at a younger age than I was, because my school was definitely like a suburban area, just kind of I don't know, small town, typical school, I guess. So I never really interacted with city life unless I would go down to Detroit or go over to Chicago, something like that, for the weekend. Um, and then on top of that, new feelings I would have. I guess I would just say that my faith and family, I definitely really realized, like I said, are very central to my culture. And on top of that, I think a similarity I found between Mateus and I is that our parents obviously care a great deal about both of us. Investing in our education, especially the financial commitment. On Mateus's parents' end, he definitely made a point of that, how it's a very expensive investment to, for one, send your kid to a private school in Brazil, and then on top of that, send your kid from Brazil to a university in the United States. So I think that just goes to show how high Mateus and his family kind of value education and higher learning, especially. I didn't ask him if either of his parents went to college, but I feel like something like that, especially going from Brazil, I don't know. I feel like most people, he kind of mentioned most people kind of like staying in Brazil and hanging out around there. So I feel like for his parents to invest in him, to want to go outside of the country, that really shows that they believe in him. And then lastly, the project just kind of, I thought it was like one of a kind. I thought I never really had to do anything like this in my educational career, I guess you would call it, like reflecting on my own culture, something like that. So I just thought it was a really good assignment, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video.